Have a rotten day.
Hey everybody, have a rotten day here. I tried to record this before, but there was a lot of goofy, wacky issues, so I'm gonna do this again real quick. This is just a simple gameplay of me playing some Mario Bros. Arcade while I talk to you guys and catch up with what's been going on in life. I just always love these arcade games. I spent hours of my life stomping Koopas! Anyway, all jokes aside, this is just something I'm doing while I chat with you guys and tell you what's going on. Ah! Okay, wonderful. This is hardly scripted or anything, I'm just catching people up. Mainly my YouTube audience is probably, like, completely lost. So, here's a very short backstory to, what I've done on the interwebs, to get where I'm at. Because some people don't know, even the new people don't know where I came from. And the last time I tried to record this video, it had some technical issues, and it was over, like, 50 minutes long. So we're gonna make this a lot briefer than that. So, when I started this, I was doing my own, like, kind of rogue voice acting stuff for a long time. But basically, I did VR chat for fun. I loved playing VR chat, and one of my friends at the time had told me, oh, people still like Nintendo stuff, and Wario's been something I liked since I was a kid, so I did VR chat videos as Wario with this account. I used to just go by Wario Time, and at one point Captain Wario, but Have a Rotten Day definitely stuck. Well, at the beginning of last year, in January 2023, I met another guy who told me about TikTok, and TikTok was one of those things where, okay, off to a great start. TikTok was one of those things that I thought would be fun to do simply because, you know, people did cosplay stuff, and then I was like, well, I mean, I'm just as much real life Wario as I do the voice of him, so I'm like, why not just do that? And that's where we took off. That's where most of you know me from being real-life Wario in those memes you see online. But some of the people here know me from my VR chat videos, and some of them have still asked where those videos are. And I'm not gonna promise that they're coming back. I would like for them to come back. I have VR chat models of, like, unique private Warios. I have VR chat models for myself, Colin, and ooh! And I even have one in the works for Foreman Spike, so that everybody can pick on people on VR chat. But there's a reason why, and I'm just gonna be real. I'm a grown man, and what I mean by that is I have a life outside of this. That's why I don't do TikTok or YouTube for, like, money. I appreciate donations. I still want to do stuff like the Wario bike, but as most of you know, I work full-time at a faucet making factory. And I love that job, I really do. Like, it sounds weird, but I genuinely do. We all have our different Nintendo backstories growing up, our histories with games and things like that. And for me, growing up with Mario, my whole deal was I always loved the aspect, like, don't get me wrong, I love the Mushroom Kingdom and stuff like that. But for me, what gravitated me towards Mario the most was, like, the games that we're playing right now! Was the idea of Mario being a hardworking man, like, you know, the American dream, as it were, in Brooklyn, where, he was, like, for example, okay, the Mario Brothers Super Show. My favorite, like, things about that show were the live-action segments with Lou Albano and Danny Wells. And, just the idea of being a hardworking man and stuff, and working in a place like a faucet factory of all things, I don't know, I just always liked that aspect. So, I have a real job, I have bills to pay and things like that. It was not like that when I started VRChat. I had a full-time job. I actually worked at a hospital. I'm never doing that again for several reasons, but I worked at a hospital and I lived with my folks. The thing is, when I wasn't at work, I kind of could do my own thing, and that's why I did what I did back then. Now, I guess basically to summarize, I pay bills now. I do my own, you know, finances and stuff like that. I gotta book my own dentist appointments to keep those Wario pearly whites white and pearly. So I just adult too much to sit down and edit stuff like that. Now, I do want to do stuff like this. That's the main reason why I'm doing this, to test out this kind of gameplay stuff and figure out setting up OBS like I used to record stuff like this that I can do that would be easier. And not only that, just more fun, more up my speed, because VRChat's fun, don't get me wrong. But I have much more enjoyed being funny on TikTok, where I can do my mannerisms and stuff and things like that. And TikTok's just one of those things where I love being goofy on VRChat, but the fun thing about being real life Wario is I'm no longer, what's the word? I'm no longer, I don't want to say hindered, but I'm no longer held back by the single expression one VRChat model can do, as opposed to as opposed to being my zany self, making my wacky expressions in real life. I still want to do VRChat. It's just a lot easier said than done. This, I set up an OBS thing and I'm playing a video game while talking to you. TikTok may seem like a lot of editing, but 90% of it's filters and then just my own jokes being stupid dressed up. VRChat, you gotta set up your headset. You ideally have to set up virtual desktop if you don't want your gameplay to kind of look like Garbo, like most of mine did. You gotta get friends and stuff involved. I think I just lost the game. No, I have 1 life left. There's a lot of aspects in doing VRChat videos, and while I don't mind doing them, most of the people I do those videos with, just, you know, we all had our own lives, we all kind of went and did our own thing. I think the only 2 people I genuinely keep in touch with nowadays in that group is Daisy, Mario, and Waluigi. And I love hanging out with those guys, but it's just hard. And also, I've been like debating on if I did go back, am I gonna script videos or am I gonna ad-lib wing it like I used to? Like we used to be, we just boot up a game of VRChat Among Us and let the hijinks ensue. But one thing I planned on doing, if you remember, I made that theme song for the Super Wario Brothers Super Show. And that was supposed to be a semi-scripted VRChat show. Okay, for example, one of the friends that I used to do VRChat with, who was Luigi in most of our videos, he had another VRChat YouTube channel where he was Manic the Hedgehog. And if you don't know who that is, there was this little Sonic cartoon back in the day. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it, but Triplets Born, The Throne Awaits. And Manic, Sonic's brother in that show, is a treasure hunter. And so, like, our idea was for the first episode, we were going to be like, okay, get these 2 characters, get Wario and Manic, to argue about who's the better treasure hunter. And then we do, like, a treasure hunting game, like what we did in the first VRChat episode I did. And we kind of script the beginning, but then we actually play the game, and then whoever wins, based on that, we script an ending. Something like that. But again, it's a lot more work than you'd think it would be. So, it's really a matter of we just... And now I died. But I think I get a retry. Yay, I get the retry. See how it's not so big? It's not so over-dramatically, game over. It will be later, trust me. Anyway, so that's where we are on that. I don't know. But I am going to be doing more YouTube stuff. I think Wario will more than likely predominantly live on VRChat. Not VRChat. TikTok. See, not scripted. He will predominantly be the TikTok mascot. And I would be myself like I am right now, doing these gameplay videos. I'm thinking about doing more stuff like this. Like, for example, me and my friend Gabe, who did Mario in VRChat. He goes by Jump Boy. We're both waiting on the Mario vs. Donkey Kong game to come out in a few days. And we would love to both get it, and we want to have a race on our channels, making videos to see who can beat the game first. I don't know if that's going to be 100% or not, but regardless, stuff like that I'd like to do as myself, and have Wario be the TikTok presence, because I've tried to make TikTok videos as myself or as Foreman Spike, and they do okay, but let's be real, you're there for Wario, you're probably here for Wario, and I get that, but the other thing about this is, I don't do this for a living. I do the faucet job for a living. I don't ever want to do online presence as a job, ever. Like, you see people like MatPat leaving, and yeah, I get the idea of I don't want to make this not fun anymore later, and I get that, but let's be real. YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, they are not stable enough to be a job. And I don't ever want to rely on them to ever pay my bills. I love having a hardworking job. The only way I would ever do this professionally is not YouTube, not TikTok, not Twitch, because there's no way that's professional in my opinion. No offense to anyone who does it. It's just harder than it looks to me. And not only that, but I would much rather... The way I would ever do this, what I do professionally, is if Nintendo or a voice acting... Okay. A Nintendo or a voice acting group or corporation, like, you know, different voice acting productions. I'm off to a great start. We're doing great! If they came to me and said, hey, we want you to actually do this voice, we want you to be Wario, we want you to voice act in this video game or TV show, absolutely, I would love to do that. And if that meant I leave my factory job, then you know what, that'd be where that lies. But in terms of online social media, no, I would never do that as a job. This is all for fun for me, and I want it to stay that way. When I met Charles last year in March, Charles Martinet, and he was surprised. He said, I've never seen someone unironically gravitate towards Wario, and I said, well, that's... And I told him why I feel the way I do about Wario, which I've mentioned this to you guys before. But I said, Wario may be a greedy, evil son of a gun, but the one thing I've always loved about him since I was a kid is no matter what he's doing, he's got that big, toothy, stupid smile on his face, which means no matter what he's doing it because he wants to. He's having the time of his life. Mario does things because he needs to, because he has to be the hero, because if he's not, no one's going to be the hero. Wario does things because he wants to. He went through Wario Land 4, he beat an evil goddess and raided a temple because he didn't have $10 to get into an all-you-can-eat steak buffet. That's who Wario is. And that's what I always wanted when I was a kid, to live my life having as much fun as possible. And I think about that all the time whenever I do Wario. And so that's how I live. I don't do things because I have to, I do things because I want to. And with adulting and stuff like that, that's just more work than it needs to be. But yeah, so that's where I am in terms of that. When it comes to making content on YouTube, I'm more than happy to do this, but it doesn't, I don't feel like it should ever be a necessity. Like, I have to do it. Like, I do it because I want to. And I do feel like, you know, you guys are subscribed or whatever to me, to where you want content, I want to make content. Maybe you don't care, maybe this is just fun for you too. But I don't want to wake up one day and just be like, I have to do this, I have to. No, I don't. No, I don't. I have a roof over my head, I have clothes on my back, I have food on my plate. That's what more than half the world's got. So I just live life having fun. And I just want to share me having fun with you. Now, so that's where we are. That's what I want to do with the YouTube channel. That's what I want this to become. Like the Foreman Spike video that I'm very proud of. That was completely a passion project. And it costed money to make. It costed money. Porky did an amazing job with the animatic. And I commissioned for it. I monetized the video. I don't know how I even make money off that. If it does make money, wonderful. If it doesn't, that's okay. I did it out of love for the character. And I literally did it just knowing, fully expecting not to make any money off of it. But just to show some love for a character that I feel was overlooked and that has finally gotten a little bit more respect from the movie that came out where he was in. Because again, let's face it, nobody knew who Spike was. And again, I'm a big retro guy. Wrecking Crew was one of my favorite NES games. I love the Mario puzzle games, which is again why I'm looking forward to Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I like games like this where you can just pick it up and put it down. You don't gotta necessarily find a save state or anything like you do in like Mario 64 or Super Mario World. You know, this is less progression, more just sit down and have fun. And that's, again, kind of how I live my life. Probably why I like WarioWare so much. But that's basically it. I don't remember if there's anything else. I had a throat cold several weeks ago, and I thought it would be gone by now, but you can still hear a bit of strain in my voice as I'm talking too much. Could be because I'm constantly screaming at video games and being stupid online, that it's still not fully gone. Sometimes when I lay down, I still like cough a lot, and that could also be a factor. I don't know if it's still sinuses or what. But yeah, I'm sure my voice will be back to normal at some point. Probably when the warmer weather kicks in, it'll be, at least for the most part, back. And game over. No, wait, I got a 1-up. Okay! Yay! Hooray! I'm so happy. I might do gameplay videos as Wario and Spike down the line. I would like to do that. The only thing is, I want to get models like this one made for them too, because, okay, so this model was commissioned, I commissioned this through, Waffles on Twitter. It's spelled Waffles with 1 F. Now it's game over. His work is phenomenal in my opinion. Like, this art looks like it's official 2D Nintendo art. Maybe that's just me, but I absolutely love it. And I would love to get something like that for them down the line if I ever did pick those characters up, or if characters like Spike got enough recognition to where it was seemingly worth it. However, I think Wario does best as the real-life Wario aspect, because there are several Warios out there, several great Warios out there. And I think being the real-life TikTok Wario is kind of my interpretation of my persona for Wario, to where I think he's best in that regard. If I did gameplay as Wario, I think I'd rather, like, hop into the outfit and just have a face cam instead of an avatar like this. With that said, I might do that later in the future, but I kind of like the idea of doing this as myself. So we'll see where all that goes. But, that's the gist of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. That's just an update on where VR chat content is for the few, like the 2 people who are still here from YouTube. Before I started TikTok, I just hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. So, at least 1/5 of you were here for that. Or at least 1/5 of you were here for that. But either way, I appreciate you guys sticking around. I'm just kind of living life, that's the thing. I do want to give you guys content that you enjoy, and I hope you do enjoy this, but again, at the end of the day, I want to have fun doing what I'm doing. There will be more gameplay on this. What I'm thinking of doing basically is I want TikTok to be Wario's domain, and I would like for this YouTube to be my own personal gaming, like, area. My own gaming fun time as myself, as Colin. and have Wario be the center of attention elsewhere. Now I'm gonna keep the tagline "Have a Rotten Day" because I think it's a great tagline. It's a mouthful of a username. I don't expect people to call me "Have a Rotten Day" all the time. Maybe just Rotten, or again, a lot of people just call me Colin or Real Life Wario, TikTok Wario, you know, anything. Some people actually do know me for the Spike, and I'm like, yay! But yeah. This gameplay stuff's the kind of stuff I want you to see more often. Maybe a few more rambling videos like this, but this is mainly just to test how OBS is looking, see what I need to fix, stuff like that. Otherwise, in the future, it'll be more, I don't want to say traditional gameplays, but it'll be more like gameplays where I can talk about the game and we can focus on the game. This one's more of just like I'm playing a video game in the background while talking to you guys and filling you in. And again, this is just kind of a test thing. So down the line, I'd like to do genuine gameplays and maybe have some friends like Jump Boy or Waluigi on here as I game, and we'll see where that goes. Or maybe do some multiplayer stuff. We used to do Mario Party games together, maybe something like that. Only problem is I try to keep my stuff PG, and Waluigi does not, so I'd really have to make him chill out before I put him on here, because I'm not gonna censor him all day long. Can't do it. I tried to in the Mario parties, but good lord. Good lord, the sailor mouth on that man. Love him to death, though. Great guy. He's like one of my best friends. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Again, this is mainly the test. It's not like there's a goal for this gameplay. So I might just wrap it up here after explaining all that stuff to you guys. Charming! So yeah, before I get too cranky, thanks for hopping in. Hopefully the gameplay looks good. I may tweak where it is on this like TV screen that I got going on. Might move the monitor a little up and down, stretch it out a little bit. Again, trying to figure out how this will all look and figure out OBS's witchcraft sorcery, as it were. So, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting with me. I can't believe I still got all those. I gotta get to work anyway. So, yeah. This will be a lot more polished and fleshed out next time, but for now, we're just testing the waters and we're in this together. You know, that's just... I've always kept it real with you guys. There's no excuse for the sloppiness, but I'd rather talk to you guys like... I like the idea, I've always said, if I ever had fans, which I never thought I'd have fans, but now that I have fans, I'd rather talk to you guys as friends and keep it real with you than, you know, fans. So, keeping it a buck. This is gonna be a lot more polished next time we do gameplay stuff, but just something I wanted to record, and I wanted to upload this before I go to work today, so I can see how this goes, and have you guys see it and tell me your thoughts, let me know. And it could be just 5 of you actually watch this, but hey, that's fine. Again, this is all just something I want to do. So tell me what you think. Thank you guys for watching. There will be an actual start and finish gameplay next time. And yeah, let me know what games you guys want to see. Because I do retro stuff, but I do want to do stuff you guys want to see too. So if you want to see stuff like the newer Mario games, Mario Kart, maybe online Mario Kart, maybe live streams, Mario Party, Pizza Tower, you know, stuff like that. I don't do horror. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't do horror. I am what you call a coward. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, yeah. So, thanks for watching, and have a rotten day.